most of the stuff started, the '60s type music, which is what it was, and they were fine with that.
Yep.
And I've seen the progression and the change as the years have gone by, adding a little more rock in because you're more of a rocker than you are a street corner singing the '60s songs.
Yep.
And a lot of Queen in there and things along those lines. How does that work into what you want to do?
It really kind of works well. I mean, the amazing thing, I think if you're talking to any musician, they will tell you, especially somebody my age, that 42. If you talk to somebody my age, what will happen is you'll look back 30, 40 years ago, and you'll have a set list. Mm-hmm. And you go to any bar today, and it's pretty much the same set list. Mm-hmm. I mean, the bar tunes were the bar tunes that they just always worked. And so to do a Vegas show that I wanted to do, I wanted it to be more or less the story of the neighborhood I came out of and just a progression from 50s up through today. As time goes on, I mean, you really got to realize, and I love Dion to death, but, when we do I Wonder Why or we do The Wanderer, that's 60 years ago. So 60 years ago, somebody who's 20 years old or 15 years old listening to that thing, that's 75 and 80 years old. Mm-hmm. And, when you look out in the showroom, so, the Beatles are almost on that threshold where they're too old. Yeah. So you got to kind of pull it forward and, who are you playing to? Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I'm loving it. I mean, we just did...
I always look at my friends and they go, you have a show in Vegas, but I never heard of you. I go, you haven't heard of me, but your grandma loves me.
But we just did a thing for Ron White, comedian, and what was great about that was it's like, do what you want. And so I was doing stuff by ZZ Top. I was doing Let It Be. All kinds of, Summer '69, Bryan Adams, all things I would never do in the Vegas show. So it's really, I get to be 17 again, and I'm back in the bars, wow, screaming and yelling. And it's really a lot of fun.
And you remember the lyrics?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but yeah.
Well, Vinay, what kind of singer do you want to be? I mean, I have a sense that eventually you're going to have to become your own, your own label in a way.
Yeah, well, I'm working on a few shows right now that are going to come out this year besides Bronx Wanderers in this town that I can't say yet because we're still working on contracts and stuff. But
you gonna pay me?
What kind? No.
Do I get any money? No money for me?
You get 10%. 10% of nothing. So, what kind of singer do I want to be? I mean, I never really called myself a singer because I don't think I'm a singer. I'm a guy that can sing. Yep. I can hold the tune. I like songwriting is my passion. I like arranging and putting the songs together in our show. I like doing lighting. I like looking at the whole thing and stepping back and making a great full picture. Yeah. Because when I look at like a great singer, I mean, you look at guys in town like, like Bucky Hurd from the Righteous Brothers. That's a great singer.
Right.
You can't look at me and go, Vin, sing Nessun Dorma. It's like not really kind of my thing. Mm. But if you look at me and go, okay, learn this song in 2 seconds on guitar, like, yeah, I can probably do that. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, record this. Yeah, I can do that. I guess I want to be like a Renaissance man. I want to be a guy that can do a show on his own, a guy that can do a show with his dad, a guy that can have a talk show like you with, What the Cluck. I had that going on. I'm working on my own album. We're releasing a music video in a few weeks. I got the dancers from X Country and Aussie Heat to star in my new music video. So I combined, 3 Vegas shows together.
Why didn't you do that in the Bronx Wanderers?
Listen, buddy, you do not look good in the bathing suit. So
come on, I could stand. I could hold a light. I could hold a microphone. I'm good. I'm a good tech guy. You didn't even have me on the set. Wow.
I'm all about, I just want to put out really good quality content.
Yep.
And that's what I want.
Welcome back to Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner. As you can hear, my guests from the Bronx Wanderers, Vinny and Vinay.
Hey. Heyo.
Play.
Play?
Play.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Around up. I tear open my shirt, throw Rosie on my chest. I'm a wanderer, head a wanderer. Now I get around and round and round and round. Well, I roll from town to town. I go through life without a care. I'm as happy as a clown with my 2 fists of iron, and I'm going no way out. Hey, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place. I roam from town to town, and when I find myself falling for some girl, yeah, I hop right into that car of mine, drive right away. I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. Now I get around and round and round and round, and yeah, say I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. Now I get around and round and round and round. One more. Hey, I'm a wanderer. Man, I get around. I get it. Woo! Woo!
Nice. You sound good.
I got a question for both of you. I got a question for both of you. You can answer. If you had one song to sing, that was it. You can only sing one song. What would that song be?
In a Bronx Wanderers show? Or in anywhere?
Anywhere. Just you.
Just you.
It's a new song, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say what the title is. It's called SOB.
Yeah, that's great. And I got to tell you, so he makes me do these home concert things. And we used to have a song called Streets of the Bronx, which we abbreviated SOB. And we got like 20 orders one weekend for SOB. And I'm like, wow, I'm amazed. All these people know a Bronx tale, Streets of the Bronx. And he said, no, Dad, that's a new song out. It's called SOB. And it really is the most fun tune. And the great thing that we've been having now is so we're playing to there's nothing like watching an 80-year-old woman come up to you and go, man, I love that son of a bitch song. That was great. And it was like, thank you, Grandma. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
So it's going over great.
Our executive producer, Phyllis, I don't even know how old she is. She goes, that's my favorite song. I need that on the album.
It's great.
And I'm laughing my butt off, because they're
it's fun. It's just a fun romping tune that, once you hear it, you can't help but laugh, smile.
I know Dad's answer. I know his answer. Artificial Flowers, Bobby Darin with a 20-piece organ.
I like that too. But my favorite song is I Wonder Why, which I just kind of grew up on that coming out of the neighborhood. But lately with the whole thing, the COVID thing, is, Wayne tells a great story about, Wayne Newton tells a great story about Bobby Darin being the guy that got him his recording contract. And he was the one that gave him Donkershane. And I said to Wayne, I said, I always wanted to be you. I wanted to be the guy in a tuxedo, 20-piece band behind me, horns blaring. When I watch a Sinatra performance, the greatest vocalist ever, it's one of those things where I can't help but go, God, how could you not sound good with all that behind you? And I always wanted to do that. So lately, we've been doing Bobby Darin's Artificial Flowers
in the office. So
do whatever we want.
Track, you do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
I
got horns kicking. I'm doing a Bobby Darin. I go, wow, this is pretty cool.
I'm sitting there going, this is hilarious. Yeah, he's singing with a whole little orchestra.
But my favorite tune is I Wonder Why. It's just 4 good vocals, bobbing, weaving, come together, and it's a great street corner sound, and it just takes me back to my neighborhood when I'm a little kid walking down the street.
Yeah. When everything gets back to normal, you're back in your theater. What can people expect when they come to see your show now?
Wow. I'll start it. I honestly don't know.
I hope they come and see the show.
I honestly don't know. And the reason why I say I don't know is I personally am very in tune with the town. And the town here has supported us from the minute we landed here, which we could never thank them enough. But they've seen what we do a million times. So I want to change. Mm-hmm. Our producers are experienced enough to say, listen to me, we've had menopause for 15 years. We haven't changed one song, one note, and we get crowds every night.
And you can't be playing to the locals. You have to play to the people coming in on airplanes. But is anybody going to be coming in on airplanes when they come back?
No.
We don't know. We don't know. So, we're definitely going to be interchanging and
I would
throwing
love to
again.
change
You know
it.
us, right? The minute we come back, you're going to see 3 brand new songs in the show, regardless. 'Cause it's just how we do.
I said to them the other night, I said, for
Dad's like, let's open with Son of a Bitch. I go, great, man, great.
It's
Never thought
that
you'd say
funny where you can't help but sit in your seat and smile. That if I came to see these guys, they do that, and the first words is "Son of a bitch, give me a drink." It's like I like them. And
When I go to your show, I mean, I can't help not smile. And even though they're oldies, I mean, I was back in those days too. I remember all those guys and all those songs. But so and everyone in the theater just stands up and they just love it and they move to it.
I hope they come back. I mean, we think that the world wants to party right now. They've been in the house for 6 months, nonstop. We can't live in fear forever. We can't stay inside forever. So I hope people come out. We're going to treat it with the utmost safety and precautions. It's going to be, but it's going to be 6 feet apart in the theater. The beautiful thing about us is we're in a 500-seat theater. On a great night, we'd sell maybe 300 tickets. So we were usually, at like a 50% capacity thing anyway. So for us, we can immediately go back to selling 100% Bronx Wanderer capacity,
right?
Which is good. But if you're a Cirque show and you need 80 or 90% audience to survive, I don't know how those shows are going to survive, especially with a 100-person cast.
Yeah.
If we got to cut down, I just look at Dad. I go, take the month off. I got it, buddy. We're going to do nothing but Metallica at Bronx Wanderers shows. I'm kidding.
I said I quit. No, I quit. I'm out.
Well, no, you write. Do you write also? Or?
Yeah, but so I was a big record exec, and I know the plan is by the second album, let's go original. And let's really try and market it. And I'll call in all my favorites from radio people all across the country. And so we did that. And our second album was almost like a concept album where, what did we open up with? The Beatles Because, a cappella, which you see at the end of the Cirque show, or the beginning of the Cirque show, Love. And it just sounded so good. And then we ended the album, what did we end with? It was like a circle thing. But on the whole middle of the album was all these great original tunes.
Let's just say it didn't land as well as Dark Side of the Moon for Bronx Wanderers.
Let's
just
people like look at it.
They want it.
Where's the Wanderer? Where's Run Around 2? Where's the Four Seasons? And so we abandoned it.
We are going to release a Bronx Wanderers original within the year. And the cool thing is, I think Frankie Moreno is gonna, write it with us. So we're excited about that. Yeah, he's a great writer. He's written for everybody. Travis Clower, a lot of my friends in town, and me. And he's such a nice guy, man. We had a 2.5 hour conversation, and he goes, you should have a Bronx Wanderer original. I go, we opened the last album, Echoes of the Past, with an original. It's called Here We Go Again, and it's a whole a cappella thing. Because they should really write a Bronx Wanderer tune. I go, well, let's write it, man. I'm down to do it. We got time.
Yeah, I'll get Frankie on the show.
Yeah, man, he's awesome.
Never answers my phone call.
He's on. I text him. I don't call anybody. You know why? Because every time you see an unknown number, you think it's spam, so you never pick up. And that's my problem. So then I go into my voicemail box, totally full. Nobody can leave me a voicemail. And when somebody messages me and go, hey, man, it's Frankie, give me a call. Okay, I know it's Frankie.
Okay.
It's weird.
All right. Yeah. So what do you plan on doing now until we open up in another couple of weeks?
We go back on the road. I mean, we basically just came back from. I mean, it boggles my mind, and I don't want to get too political, but I have to say I'm extremely disappointed in our government here in Nevada. Because we just went to New Jersey, which had 10 times as many deaths, and their theaters are open. And we played there, and we did 5 shows, and we killed it. And the outdoor park
it was a 900-seat theater, and we could only play.
They did 150
people, but
we did 5 shows, and it was great.
It's hard to economically make that happen. We didn't go with the full band, which that kind of stinks for us.
But the rules here are insane. I mean, it's so you could have 2 guys on stage playing, but you can't advertise it, and you can't sell tickets to it. And how does that affect safety in any way? It doesn't. So now if we just don't say anything, we go on stage and we play, it's one thing. Same 2 guys, same room of people, sell tickets.
Johnny Bird got us in East String Bar, man. And it was some of the most fun shows we've had in 6 months because it was just me and him. We're playing a small room of 50
Organic.
people. We're rocking out, doing whatever. Yeah. I mean, it was great.
We were supposed to play 55 minutes. We played 3 hours. Yeah. And we had a ball.
Are you playing somewhere? Are you playing in Johnny Bird's?
Johnny Bird has been like the kind of beacon of light in this town where he's running to look him up online. He's a really good guy, Johnny Bird. And he's been basically running to the government saying, why can't we do this? And fighting with them and showing them that, no, that you're saying left, but you're actually wrong. And you can go right. And they're saying they're agreeing with them. So he's been putting shows around town. He's put Solid Gold Soul, we used to work with at Bally's, back to work. He's done Us. Well, Ten is a Rock, a bunch of guys. He's done a lot of people that he's working with.
It's going to come back.
And it's so.
It is going to come back.
Yeah.
And we're hopeful.
But I'm more or less in the head that I've got to go back on the road because that's where I was able to feed my family. I can't feed my family under these conditions with, what's going on.
Well,
That's
on,
right,
that,
buddy, I'll feed you.
on that
Don't worry
on that
about it.
positive note, I want to end the show on a positive note.
Yes.
So once again, what kind of singer do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be Barbara Streisand. I think I can nail it. I really do.
Hello, gorgeous.
Like a stick of butter. No, I don't know. You know what kind of singer I want to be? I want to be a singer that my dad can be proud of.
I'm already proud of you.
That he
Already
raised
proud.
a good kid that can be attentive.
I tell you, the two of them passed me years ago. I mean, they're beyond. They're way beyond wherever I got.
I just love the fact that we haven't killed each other yet. It's 16 years later. We got a lot more miles in us. Hopefully, he's got a lot more in him.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
And
I don't.
We're
I
gonna
don't.
keep having fun. So come out to the show, rock out with us.
Come out to see the Bronx Come out to see the Bronx Wanderers when they reopen shortly.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to thank Vinny and Vin A, and you can strum a little as we.
That's it.
It's Ed's World, all the time, Ed's Sorry, I owed you on to do that.
No, play a piece of SOB.
Oh my God, man. I'm only someone to tell me. I'm only someone to tell me. I'm only someone to hold me down. I'm only someone to tell. Son of a bitch! Give me a drink. That's the wrong thing. So thanks so much. We appreciate it. Please don't let your guitar play be a beacon of our country.
It's F.
It's F sharp, you mo.
Evan Davis from the Vegas Boys Celebrity Corner saying we'll see you next week.
I've been playing it in F the
It's
whole
like,
time.
why
we've
does
been
this
doing
sound
it.
like